All right, everyone, and we're back. This is Kal coming to you with another video. And today's video will be universal base income in giant jail cities in the middle of New York and other places. Let's go straight into it. So, first thing we're going to get to is New York's building the world's tallest jail in Chinatown. Can anyone stop it? For nearly 2 centuries, New York City's Chinatown has been home to a quintessential American story. Immigrant workers and their families living shoulder to shoulder in low-slung tenements. Workers like Dennis Chung, the owner of Pastel Grill and Noodles, a Vietnam pho joint. He runs at a neighborhood West End for 27 years, weathering disasters like 9/11, Hurricane Standard, and COVID. Now, another symbol of America's condition is taking shape. Directly from Chung's shop is a vast new jail. At 300 feet, the new structure is expected to be the tallest correctional facility in the world. And Chung says it could be the thing that finally sinks his business. With the jail on top of the pandemic, it might be over. City officials and justice reform advocates say the new jail is necessary if they're going to close Rikers Island, the notoriously grimy jail that the New York City Council voted to shut down in 2019. That vote ordered the facility replaced by 2027 with 4 smaller jails throughout the city, including one in Chinatown, which planners say will be the more humane institution conveniently located steps from the downtown courts. And so the tower will replace a much shorter jail that has been on the site since the 1980s, but construction is well behind schedule, and partly due to the years of resistance from the Device Coalition that includes everyone from the prison abolishers to local landlords, and at one point, Eric Adams, who pledged to oppose the new jail when campaigning for mayor. They argued it would be an eyesore that could harm New York's most vulnerable immigrants, and that its multi-billion-dollar price could be far better spent somewhere else, right? Now, the question we have to ask is, how are you allowed to create a giant 300-foot prison, probably the biggest in the world, and you're getting a little pushback, and you're doing this around or near after COVID and rumored smart cities and other things of that nature? But as you can see, it's not a rumor. This is real. But let's go a little further. It says Utah is building a 15-minute city on the site of a former prison. The utopia vision of a city where everything is short walk or a bike ride away is coming to Utah. But can it work? Let's go a little bit into this just to see what's going on. Right? It says 3 out of the 4 Americans believes it's better for the environment if houses are built farther apart, according to a recent survey by polling group YouGov. 3 out of every 4 Americans are, for the most part, very wrong. City living is more sustainable than suburban life, in part because of walking, biking, and public transportation. Keep people out of cars. A 2014 study from the UC Berkeley found that the average carbon footprint of the city household about 10 metric tons planet heating carbon dioxide less per year than homes in the suburbs. This is the reason why they're going to try to get rid of a lot of these things. You will own nothing and be okay, but you didn't hear it from me. In Utah, plans are underway to take this eco-friendliness to the next level with a 15-minute city. The concept, developed by urban planner Carlos Monroe, describes neighborhoods where residents can reach everything they need: work, school, shopping, entertainment, with a short walk or bike ride. Developers of this project, called The Point, aim to complete a downtown area with retail and commercial space and housing into the next 5 to 10 years, really 4. The plan is to expand to 10,000 homes and apartments over 600 acres along the suburban stretch between Salt Lake City and Provo, right? Inner shopping, offices, shops, parks, entertainment is in a walkable, bike-friendly, public transportation-driven community. There are cities across the country, across the world, that are dealing with urbanism. They're dealing with the growth. They're dealing with the finite resources. We think that this model that we're using, the approach we're taking with The Point, can demonstrate how to do this responsibly in the future. Now, it says, A 20-year mega drought fueled by climate crisis has left western United States at its driest at least up to 1,200 years, according to one study. More than half of Utah, including the land where the point is designed, is under extreme drought conditions, and the United States is watching that. Worsening climate impacts are expected to make drought conditions in the region more frequent and severe, according to the United Nations latest climate science assessment. Now, you guys are watching in my other videos, and I want to keep it 100. I got a lot of this information from this video from a gentleman named Joel Benjamin 528. Again, I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm the main proprietor of this information. I have been watching all this for a while, and I've definitely been able to be privileged to find some things for myself. But I thought this was very important to kind of bring it to the forefront, considering that, you know, when you have mega prisons being developed in immigrant areas, considering that a lot of the Chinese immigrants have been said to be older males that may have been traded for certain psyops, or may or may not, who knows. You have a giant 300-foot prison built in the middle of Chinatown that even the mayor that has a problem with, but somehow it's still going to find a way to get built. And you have a 15-minute city built on the site of a former prison in Utah. And if you know anything about Utah, Utah is one of those sacred lands, right? The Mormons live there. They have records, a lot of different things. Do your research. You will be surprised at things that you see. But going from there, let's take it a step further, right? Some people will say, I don't give a freaking about what's going on in Utah. I'm in Texas. Well, interestingly enough, the next part of this video will be called universal base income, right? And let's get into it, because there's some universal base income projects happening here in Harris County. It says applications to open Harris County Guaranteed Basic Income Program using COVID-19 relief funds. This pilot program uses 20.5 of federal funds and will award $500 per month to 1,928 qualifying Harris County residents for 18 months. A universal base income pilot approved by Harris County Commission's Court last summer will be accepting applications next month to allow 2,000 qualifying residents to receive a monthly stipend of $500 for 18 months. The qualification for this program, dubbed You Live Harris, applicant families must earn below the 200% federal poverty line, which is $60,000 for a household of four. These obligations must be either resident in one of the 10 high poverty zip codes to be approved, right? It says during the press conference announcing the program, Harris County Commissioner Rodney Ellis said that it would help address decades of neglect, inequality, discrimination, and would improve the physical and mental health of families. Guaranteed income programs provide direct cash payments and fixed amounts that recipients can spend as they see fit. Now, this is happening in Harris County, right around where I live, Houston, Texas. Let's go a little further. All right. This has probably been going on for 2021. So this is in the progress as we speak right now. But let's see what they have going forward. It says Texas County to launch guaranteed income programs for 2024 with COVID relief funds. Now, don't you guys think it's interesting that COVID happens? They have all these funds, and now this money's being used for things that have nothing to do with COVID. But Harris County Judge Helena Hagas suggested in June that illegal immigrants could be eligible, right? Let's see. Everybody always right. Oh man. Let's see. Let's see. This is gonna sign up for this free account. So we've done this before. Sorry about that, people. Alrighty. Give me just a moment. Man. Alrighty. Well, since it's having a problem there, let's look at universal basic income for New York, right? It says this bill right here, which we're going to read, would establish a pilot program commencing in January 1st, 2023, which means it's been a year in the working, subject to an appropriation by legislation under which New York residents who ages out foster care during the year of 2023 would receive universal base income of $1,000 per month for 3 years, regardless of what age they run. Let's see what this bill is called, right? And this is the Senate bill S3102 to provide universal basic income from transitioning age pilot program. Now, it says an active amendment to social services law and regulation in relation to establishing the universal basic income for transitional age youth pilot program and providing for repeal of such provisions upon expiration therefore. So this is in the bill, right? And this has been introduced as far as January 27th, 2023, last year. Let's take a look further. Let's see if they're gonna allow me to get in that bill or whatever I just signed up for. Let's see. All right. Let's see. Give me just a moment, people. Let's see. All righty. Guess they're gonna make this hard. It's all good. So, as far as we can see, some of the COVID release funds are being used for universal base income in the future for immigrants in Texas. And the question that we would ask is, why is that? Is there something fishy with that? Does that make things weird? Is that something that we should look into? And the answer would be it's time for the people, the normal average man that's not $500,000 and above, to pay attention, because who these things will affect will be you. As we can see, these programs are going on in New York, Utah, Houston, Texas, and countless others. I've done videos Los Angeles, Chicago, Miami, Las Vegas, San Diego, San Francisco, you name it, right? The rollout for digital universal base income, artificial intelligence, organoid intelligence run society is happening, whether you're ready for it or not. And as you can see, some of the things that are happening, also in August. And just like I said, it says August becomes the first Texas city to test a taxpayer funded guaranteed income program. Austin joins at least 28 United cities, Los Angeles, Chicago, Pittsburgh, that have tried out some form of guaranteed income and financial assistance at needy households. So the whole thing with this in this article has been here since 2 years. We're about to go, or a year and a half. So my whole point, people, is to pay attention because things are moving quickly. Universal basic income, 15-minute cities, artificial intelligence, robotics are no longer a thing of myth, fantasy, comic books, movies, or cartoons. They are here now. My name is Kal-El. I do crypto advisory, investments, things of that nature. My job, if any, is to get you ready for the future. As I always say, you either prepare for the future for history or you become a victim of the past. It's always your choice. This is Kal-El signing off. Have a wonderful January 1st of the new year.